I am here today to give you a brief introduction about our entrepreneur, Mr. Anthony Francis Fernandes, known as Tony Fernandes. Mr. Fernandes was born on the 30th of April 1964. Tony is actually a well-known worldwide Malaysian entrepreneur. He is the originator of Tun Air Sdn Bhd, who presented the budget no-frills airline, Air Asia. Tony as well introduced Air Asia to Malaysians with the slogan, "Now everybody can fly." And Fernandes figured out how to turn Air Asia, a flattering government-connected business aircraft, into a highly successful budget airline public listed company. As you can see, there are a few factors why Mr. Tony Fernandes was a well-known entrepreneur. Firstly, he was willing to take action. As an entrepreneur, we should be willing to take important actions without any hesitation. Actions that are taken should never be one-sided and selfish as well. As per research, it was known that Mr. Tony Fernandes has invested his own money in a current aircraft company known as Air Asia. Fernandes sold his home and utilized his reserved funds to gain the organization and change it into an industry player. The second factor would be entrepreneur knowledge, skills and creativity. Mr. Tony's knowledge and skills are the reason he pulled off a successful airline company that was running under debts. Fernandes' greatest accomplishment was to open up nations inside the district to new spending transporters, which recently didn't have open sky agreements. And the third factor would be self-confidence. An entrepreneur needs the self-confidence to overcome any hurdles that they might go through during their journey in their business. Tan Sri Tony Fernandes sold his home and utilized his reserved fund to purchase the organization containing two Boeing 737-300 fly airplanes and obligations of over 40 million ringgit. As for the fourth and final factor, responsiveness towards opportunity. To become a successful entrepreneur, we should have the ability to respond toward the opportunities that comes to us. As for Mr. Tony, he responded towards the opportunity that came up to him through Dr. Mahathir in October 2001. Instead of starting from scratch, Mahathir advised Fernandes to buy an existing airline, Air Asia. The heavily indebted subsidiary of the Malaysian government-owned airline was losing money. Thank you.
So next up, we are going to be talking about the business model and the background of the business that the person started until the latest venture. So Air Asia was an airline company that was set up in 1993 and started procedure on 18 November 1996. On 8 September 2001, Tony Fernandes bought over the airline for just RM1 ringgit. During that time, Air Asia had over RM40 million ringgit in debt. Air Asia opened a second center point at Senai International Airport in Johor Bahru and dispatched its first worldwide flight to Bangkok. Under the arrangement, Air Asia proposed improving its cost network by interfacing the entirety of its current objection all through the district and growing further into Vietnam, Indonesia, Southern China and India. By mid-2013, Air Asia's benefit expanded over 160%. In February 2013, Air Asia presented a product to the Indian Foreign Investment Promotion Board through its subsidiary arm. Air Asia requested to require a 49% in stake in the Indian sister airline and devoted to making an investment as much as $15 million in the new airline. The next business that we are going to be talking about is Tun Group Sdn Bhd. Tun Group Sdn Bhd is a business that was started by Malaysian entrepreneur Tony Fernandes. Tun Group Sdn Bhd is a relaxation and amusement partnership. The goal is to give reasonableness and openness to recreation, exercises and diversion, principally in the Asian business sector. Tun Group Sdn Bhd provided many services such as carrier, lodging, telecom, money-related administration, and many more services. Business that is under Tun Group Sdn Bhd is Tun Talk. Tun Talk is a portable virtual organisation administrator that is under Celcom Malaysia. They started this business on 19 August 2009 with prefix 010. At the time, they offered lower IDD calling and use 10% cheaper compared to its competitors. As of today, works are in progress to expand the business to the Asian countries such as Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar and Philippines.
Thank you, Uthayan. Okay guys, now we're going to talk about Tun Hotel. In 2007, Tony Fernandes again made a first agent by beginning a lodging network, Tun Hotels, uphold the core ideas. The Tun Hotel was opened at Kuala Lumpur and now has 26 Tun Hotels working across Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines and United Kingdom. Tun Hotel is a strict help in network work by Tun Hotels management that give us ensure accommodation. The resistant assistant model utilized by Tun Hotels is like no business model reached by low cash carriers such as Air Asia and has been adjusted to friendless business. Next we're going to talk about Caterham F1 team. Tun Group additionally invests into Caterham F1 team in 2009 to create the road for the young in Asian to progress inside worldwide games. Fernandes Group initially entered Formula One of 2010 as Lotus Racing, utilizing the Lotus name under permit from Group Lotus. Named as One Malaysian F1, the group was worked by One Malaysian Racing Team. Fernandes produced an exclusive Team Lotus named to be utilized in 2011 season as Proton started lawful procedures against the group. Fernandes obtained Saturn cars. The group completed 10th inside the Constructor Champion in 2011 with 33 spots completed. Lastly, we're going to talk about Epsom College. In August 2010, Tony Fernandes administered an initiation of Epsom College in Malaysia. A result of Epsom College at United Kingdom, he has taken a Western party in offering allied instruction to turn off events and contribute inside the foundation of an Epsom school in Malaysia. The school is being finished inside the 50 section of land Malaysia, Capital Education City, and can be opened in September 2013. With Tony Fernandes as an administration of Board of Governors.
Now let's talk about the 4 P's of marketing, starting off with product marketing. AirAsia is a low-cost budget airlines company that is operating out of its main operating hub, which is in KLIA2. Now, the company is actually owned by Tune Group, but it also has many other subsidiary companies that operate under the same AirAsia moniker, such as AirAsia X. Now, the company offers a budget-friendly commercial airline service which appeals a lot to the Asian market. This in turn can help boost the tourism economy for many countries that would be otherwise too expensive to travel to using other services. Furthermore, their product offers a cheaper means of short-distance travel. In short, their product is very versatile and has mass appeal to many people due to their very effective business model. Now let's take a look at the price marketing. AirAsia uses a penetration pricing strategy where initially they set low fares for all of the destinations, especially the new ones, in order to attract a mass amount of customers. AirAsia also believes in a customer satisfaction strategy where if they're able to bring the passengers to the respective destinations on time, and also by selling the tickets at a low fare, and also by making sure that the passengers have enjoyed the entire flight, their customers will be satisfied. They have also adopted other strategies such as buying only one brand of aircraft to keep their engineering and maintenance costs down, while also trying to keep their overhead costs down as much as possible as well. Now, AirAsia adopted the psychological pricing technique where instead of pricing their airfare tickets at 300 ringgit, they price it at 299 to attract much more customers. In a nutshell, their pricing policies as well as strategies are very much effective and has appealed to a mass amount of customers. Next up is promotion marketing. AirAsia is known for the surprisingly eye-catching and also memorable promotion strategies, like when the time that they gave free airfare tickets for those who are traveling using their services during off-peak season. They also use many forms of media to get their promotions out to a larger amount of customers, such as their Instagram account where they keep users updated about the latest promotions and discounts that they have to offer. Digital advertising is also done by AirAsia where they don't only focus on the amount of information that they spread out, but rather the reach of the advert as well. They also have a loyalty program called the Big Loyalty Program where they reward the frequent users of their service with points. In conclusion, their promotional strategies are something which is very effective as well as something that attracts a large amount of customers to their services.
I'm going to talk about Place. AirAsia sell their services by 2 main methods. Firstly, they use their website for online order, which can be ordered from your house. Secondly, directly order at KLIA, Changi International Airport and many more. They also have used method of call booking to ask about the flight details and the paying method. Finally, they have a few more forms of distribution of their services that are highly effective. We're going to talk about target buyers. As mentioned above, AirAsia focus on targeting the lower class and middle class demographic as this people group appeal to the marketing and business model. At the same time, they also select few services appeal to the upper class demographic as well. In conclusion, their target buyers are extremely diverse in terms of demographic.
I would like to discuss the personality and characteristics of Tony Fernandes. Firstly, Tony Fernandes is a visionary. He brought the vision of acquiring a budget airlines in Malaysia at a very early stage. Secondly, Tony Fernandes is also charismatic. He proves it through his inspiring ideas as well as confidence. We see this through his speeches. Thirdly, Tony Fernandes is optimistic. He sees failure as a good thing, as it shows we are trying. Therefore, I do believe he keeps the concept always look on the bright side of life in his mind. Furthermore, Tony Fernandes is a risk taker. He took the risk of mortgaging his house and took out personal savings in order to start AirAsia. Moreover, Tony Fernandes is also a transformational leader, creating countless job opportunities when he started AirAsia and even gave the opportunity of our fellow Malaysians to fly. Thus the motto, now everyone can fly. Tony Fernandes is also ambitious. Why? Let's say Southeast Asia. He saw it as an opportunity and he took his ambitions further by expressing it through AirAsia. Moving on, let's look into his qualities and key characteristics. First of all, Tony Fernandes is like a sponge. He learns quickly. He's willing to learn. Thus, with that, he took in the idea that the willingness to learn is your limitation to learn. Secondly, Tony Fernandes is transparent. He believes in an office concept where there are no borders, no walls separating individuals. Instead, all of us should be transparent and honest with each other. Moving on, Tony Fernandes is also a very responsible man. Why? During the tragic plane crash in the Javan Ocean, Tony Fernandes personally boarded a plane in order to meet up with the families of the victims. A bold move taken by Tony Fernandes even when the lawyer said he didn't have to. In his mind, he believed a leader should stand up for his actions. And therefore, I would say Tony Fernandes is a responsible leader. Moving on, Tony Fernandes is also adaptive. Why? Let's look at his progress in AirAsia as a company in general. When you look at AirAsia, you see most of its platforms on the internet. Tony Fernandes is constantly trying to improve his services through the improvements of technology. Thus, the internet shows how advanced AirAsia is and how revolutionary Tony Fernandes is trying to make the company become. Lastly, from my point of view, Tony Fernandes is a man with gratitude and appreciation. He deeply appreciates his parents who have helped him during his years of progressing into a man. First of all, Tony Fernandes always believed his mother as an inspirational role model for him since young. Therefore, he once stated during an interview that his mother was able to sell ice to an Eskimo, which is a bold statement. Furthermore, in his father's footsteps, Tony Fernandes learned to be independent. He showed gratitude when his father sent him overseas to a boarding school in England. From there, he learned to be more independent, and up till this day, he still thanks his father for doing so.
Today I'm going to talk about challenges and obstacles which is faced by Tony Fernandes. As we know, Tony Fernandes is the CEO of AirAsia Airlines. Every successful entrepreneur has lots of challenges and obstacles in their life. So let's see about Tony Fernandes. Tony Fernandes' application about the new airlines, which is a license, was rejected by the Malaysian government from the beginning. So he started to mortgage his home and his personal savings to acquire the company. Tony Fernandes faces the company's first major crisis after the Singapore-bound plane carrying 162 passengers which vanished from the radar about the halfway through the flight on Sunday. This incident gave the passengers a huge nightmare and less people use the airlines. Because of this, the image of AirAsia also dropped. Tony Fernandes' toughest challenge is the coronavirus pandemic pummels his business. The airline's share prices has been fallen 62% in 2020. Now we are going to see about the method of overcoming which is used by Mr. Tony Fernandes. Firstly, he chose walk among the troops. For example, as soon he heard about the incident, Tony will quickly go to the place and be with the families of the passengers and give them more motivation and more. Second, he will remain uncountable as the leader. Leaders should always remain uncountable for their team's actions so he can figure out the way to solve the problems. And he also always focus on his teams. Mr. Fernandes knows that for him to be successful, he need to be with the right person and the right place. Mr. Fernandes knows that his clients are everything for his success. He also shows the importance to them and tolerate with them. Mr. Fernandes also used digital technology to improve his company. This helps AirAsia to be more successful by promoting to everyone.
So I said, and it's amazing what you can do with positive energy. And so we went and we found two airlines. There was an airline called Pelangi Air, where you had to be God or pretty close to God to turn around that airline. I have never seen financials like that in my life. In fact, the balance sheet didn't balance. And those accounts should be in Museum Negara. And then there was AirAsia, which was owned by a great company called DRB Highcom. And we said, can we buy this airline from you? And the owner said, you can have it. We really hate it. And then he said, how much do you want to pay for it? And I said, 1 ringgit. And he said, you can still have it tomorrow. And I thought, damn, I should have said, pay me to take away this airline. But that's what it was. On September the 8th, 2001, we took over AirAsia with 2 planes and about 15 million of debt and 254 terrified staff. And as you can see from the pictures, that was it. And then we changed it from a blue airline with a bird to this, which is